politics become real on a local level. Think about it. If your child school is failing, who fix it? Not the president. If your neighborhood is losing business and jobs, who addresses it? Not the president. If crime is rising, roads are crumbling, taxes are increases, or housing become unaffordable, Washington may create broad policies, but local government determines how much of that policy becomes a reality in your life. And that's why all politics is local. See, I think Black America has lost sight of the short game to the end game.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Damon K. Jones here, and welcome to another edition of the Publisher's Desk. Please go to blackwestchester.com and get our latest e-paper download. If you are in the Westchester County, New York, Northern Bronx, Southern Connecticut area, there's places that you could actually find a physical paper. And today, brothers and sisters, I want to talk about one of the biggest political misunderstandings in Black America. It's a misunderstanding that has cost us time, money, influence, and in many cases, Black political power. The misunderstanding is this: most of the things that affect your everyday life are controlled locally, not nationally. I'm going to say that again. Most things that affect your everyday life are controlled locally, not nationally. Every 4 years, we became custom with the White House. We argue over Republicans and Democrats. We spend countless hours debating presidential candidates. We're celebrating victories and we mourn defeat. Meanwhile, brothers and sisters, the decisions that affect you directly, that affect your neighborhood, your schools, your property taxes, housing, economic development, public safety, are often being made by people whose names many don't even know. And that's a problem. Because if you don't understand where power actually exists, you'll spend your entire life fighting battles in the wrong place. Let me set something straight. The United States president don't control most of what affects your life, Black people. Many Americans and many Black Americans have been conditioned to believe that the president controls everything. But that's simply not true. The president doesn't run your local school district. The president doesn't approve development projects in your city. The president doesn't determine your property tax rate. The president doesn't decide whether affordable housing gets built or not built. The president doesn't control your local police department. And the president has nothing to do with your city budget. These are usually made by mayors, city council, county legislators, school boards, planning boards, state legislators, and governors. Yet too many Black voters can tell you everything about the president while knowing nothing and very little about the officials making the decisions in their own backyard. And that's why so many communities feel powerless, brothers and sisters. Politics become real on a local level. Think about it. If your child school is failing, who fix it? Not the president. If your neighborhood is losing business and jobs, who addresses it? Not the president. If crime is rising, roads are crumbling, taxes are increases, or housing become unaffordable, Washington may create broad policies, but local government determines how much of that policy becomes a reality in your life. Politics becomes real where people live. And that's why all politics is local. See, I think Black America has lost sight of the short game to the end game. because we have become emotionally attached to national politics, and we have forgotten about local politics. We've forgotten, it's local politics when a young 13-year-old is shot and killed by a drive-by shooter. It's local politics when your child can't read. It's local politics when there's a huge union dispute from hardworking unions, dispute with local county or state government. See, people like to come out for the presidential election, but I've seen it. Local elections often have very low turnout. Many city council races decided by a few hundred votes. And school board races, forget about it. It gets fewer and fewer each year. Think about that. People will stand in line for hours to vote for the president, but many won't attend a city council meeting. They won't attend a school board meeting. They won't attend a planning board meeting. They won't even know when those meetings even take place. We have to change that, Black America. For order for Black America to be as strong as it should be, we have to participate in local politics. Let me explain what I mean. We have to be participants in this. And I'm going to use Mount Vernon, New York, in Westchester County as an example. A Black city of 80,000 people. And you could become mayor with only 5,000 votes. That's what I'm saying, that we fail to be participants in the political process. You're trying to tell me 5,000 people can decide the destiny of 80,000 people. And I guarantee it's like this throughout Black cities all through America. See, we can't talk about it and then not be about it in the political process. And that's how they take advantage of Black America. See, because local government often has greater impact than what's ever going on in Washington. And a lot of times politicians use Washington as a distraction to their failure in your community. Now let's go even deeper, because we talking some game here today. Because if we're going to learn God's lesson and what he's doing to America, we have to understand the political process, not just talk. See, people think politics begins when a candidate appears on the ballot. That's not true. In many cases, candidates are just selected before they become elected. See, that's where district leaders in your town and local political committees come into play. Many political parties have local committee structures made up of district leaders and party officials. Now, these individuals often help determine which candidate receives endorsements, political support, fundraising assistance, volunteers, and access to party resources. In other words, they help shape who becomes politically viable before most voters even hear their names or know who they are. That's how we got Barack Obama. Think about that. Most people will focus on elections. Fewer people will focus on the election process. The average voter knows who the mayor is. The average voter knows who the governor is. But many couldn't even tell who their district leader is. And Black folks, we are so lost in the sauce, many of us don't even know what a district leader does or is. But yeah, these positions, brothers and sisters, they can influence the future direction of local political parties. See, now, if Black America wants political power, we cannot only focus on voting, we must understand the entire political pipeline. Because politics isn't always about getting elected. It's about getting selected. And we have to understand the political farm system. Think about politics like professional sports, brothers and sisters. Everybody sees the player on game day. But before they get there, they move through a development system. Your politics works the same way. Candidates are often recruited, developed, introduced to influential people, given endorsement, supported by party organizations, promoted through local networks. All of this often happens long before election day, long before who he knows who you are and who you know he is. See, if we ignore these spaces, we surrender influence over who eventually appears on the ballot. Then we find ourselves choosing between options someone else helped create. Real political power isn't just voting. Real political power is helping shape the choices before the vote even happens. That was the problem with Kamala. They did not have a primary and allow the Democrats to choose who they wanted. So the Democrats became disengaged. Whether we push it or not, a lot of people wasn't supporting Kamala. Because Black America needs a political committee in every Black city. That brings me to what I want to say. Every major interest group in America should be organized. Developers are organized, unions are organized, teachers are organized, business associations are organizations, real estate interests, advocacy groups are organized. They don't just show up on election day. They lobby all year round for their interests. The question is, why aren't we doing the same thing? If you consider yourself Black American, FBA, or someone concerned about the future of Black communities, there should be a local political committee in every Black city, every Black town in America. Not to serve as a political party, not to become a fan club for politicians, but to represent the interests of Black America. Imagine if every Black community had an organized political committee tracking school performance, economic development, housing policy, zoning decisions, public safety, local budgets, and business growth. Imagine if every candidate seeking office had to sit before that committee and explain exactly what they plan to do for the community. Imagine if endorsements were based on measurable outcomes instead of emotional speeches. See, right there, brothers and sisters, changes the political equation because politics pay attention to organized groups. Politics pay attention to people who are consistently showing up. Politics pays attention to people who understand the issues. Politics pays attention to people who can mobilize voters. And what they often ignore are communities that only become politically active every 4 years, like Black communities throughout the nation. For decades, many Black voters have been viewed as reliable voters. But being a reliable voter, brothers and sisters, is not the same as being an organized stakeholder. See, when you're an organized stakeholder, you got demands from these politicians. You got priorities over your interests. You measure your outcomes. What are they doing for your support? And you understand your leverage as being a supporter and being over a certain amount of votes. Every local political committee should focus on one question. What policies improve the quality of your life and the people who live in your community? Not party loyalty, not political theater, not emotional manipulations, but results. What results have you seen that benefit your community? Not certain Negroes that are close to the elected official, but the entire community. Our business is growing. Our schools improving. Is the crime rate decreasing? Our wages increasing? Our families becoming stronger? Is our neighborhood improving? See, these are questions that matter. Many people talk about national movements, but lasting power is built locally, brothers and sisters. If Black America wants greater influence, we don't need no more rallies and social media posts. We need infrastructure. We need district leaders. We need precincts campaigns. We need political committees. We need to be attending city council meetings. We need people attending the planet board meetings. We need people reviewing budgets. We need understanding zoning laws. We need monitoring development projects and how much they spend of our tax dollars. We need to be training the next generation of leaders. Because if you're not organized at the local level, brothers and sisters, something else will organize your community. See, and when that happens, decisions about your future will be made without your input. Because let's be honest, power is just not voting. Power is ownership, land, business development, economic influence, understanding who controls zoning, the permits, the approvals, the contracts, the incentives, the spending. Most of these decisions happen locally and every single day. Developers understand this. Business owners understand this. And the question is, does Black America understand it? We all complain about issues in school, and that's a fair assessment. But how many Black folks attend school board meetings? How many of you know that's who is in the school board? How many do you know, even yourself, knows the school budget? See, that's local politics. That's where power operates, with the knowledge of what's going on in your city government. Brothers and sisters, one of the biggest mistakes Black America continues to make is allowing emotions to drive political engagement. We get emotionally invested into national political drama, but we often ignore practical local outcomes. Politics should be evaluated based on results. Is the city attracting businesses? Is the city creating jobs? Are families buying homes? Are our schools improving? Is crime decreasing? Is the tax base growing? Are people moving into the community or leaving the community? Those are measurable outcomes, how to look at your local government. And those questions serves as your answer whether you need to find a new people for that position and that person is not good for Black politics. If Black America wants greater political influence, listen, Claflin, we must become students of local government. Don't let them try to bring you out. Local government is where the game is. You got to learn your city charter. You got to learn your county government. You got to learn your school board. You got to learn your state legislators, who they are, Republican and Democrat. You have to learn your district leaders. Know who's the district leader in your district. And if they're not doing the job informing you what's going on, then you run against them and knock them out. See, brothers and sisters, the district leader votes on your city council, who the party's going to support for city council, for mayor, for county legislator, for your state reps, and your government reps. Each city's district leaders vote for those people, but they don't want to tell you that. So you need to, and a lot of times, probably in your city, there's a lot of empty slots of district leaders that you could just get right in. See, we have to start being part of the political process and not being spectators and letting them and allowing them to tell us what to do. We have to be in a position to be in a part of the process. And if you want to be part of the process, it starts at being a district leader, brothers and sisters. It starts right there. See, I'm not doing this for entertainment. I used to be the representative of Mount Vernon of the Independence Party. So I know how this political process works. And they don't want to teach this to the masses because it gives away their power. It gives away their power. All politics is local, brothers and sisters, and we have to start right at the district leader position. Join local committees, build local communities, attend meetings, ask questions, demand transparency, understand development plans, understand where the money's going, who gets the money, what are they spending it for? These are questions that you can directly ask in your local politics, because that's where it all begins with black people. Because the problem is, brothers and sisters, that they got black folks focusing on the White House while you're catching hell in your house. High taxes, high crime, lack of services. And they want to blame Trump for all that. But it's your local politics. It's your local politics that's raising your taxes every year so that when you pay off your house and you become a senior and you miss maybe two or three installment on your city taxes, they'll come and take your house. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, that's how black people lose most of their generational wealth, is these property taxes. Now, you might be in a state where the property tax is low, but other states, especially blue states, property taxes are insane. And that's why people are moving south. But we have to control the process. If you got police brutality in your city, why you keep on voting for the same mayor? Because most of the times, if you don't have an elected sheriff, you have a police commissioner, and the police commissioner usually works at the will of the mayor. And if you have bad policing in your community and the police department is not changing, you put in a new damn mayor. There's an old political saying that you get the government that you vote for, whether it's Republican or whether it's Democrat. So if black communities are catching hell, it's the government that you voted for. And one more thing, black people, I gotta get a lot off my chest. We have to stop voting blue no matter who. We have to stop that. Any person that tells you that, you tell them to shut up. An intelligent voter does not vote no matter who. And one of the most important, and let me say this, one of the most important positions that black people must come out to vote and must research the candidate is your local district attorney that's in charge of the criminal justice system that is in your county. And it's important for your judges too. Come out for your judges. This is how you control your local politics. Don't let them put you in the Trump megasphere about talking about Trump this and Trump that and how Trump is racist. But your local DA, your local judges, your police commissioners, they control your public safety and your criminal justice system. And if they're only there to manage it and not change it for true freedom, justice, and equality, then you have to vote them out. Politics is a participation sport. In order for Black America to get the right outcomes, Black America must participate in it, but on Black America's own terms. This is the time that we need to have these type of conversations right now with what's going on. The Democrats already show they're not about you. Look at your communities. Need I say more? So we got to get to work, brothers and sisters. Family, here's the reality. Yes, the White House matters. Congress matters. National politics definitely matters. But if you want to improve your neighborhood, your schools, your property values, your local community, you must understand a simple truth. All politics is local. The future of Black America will not be determined solely by who sits in office. It will also be determined by who sits on the city council, the school board, county legislators, planning board, party committees, and local political organizations. Communities that understand this will win. You keep ignoring it, you're all going to be in the ditch, and so far in the ditch, the only thing we're going to see is the white eyeballs coming out of the ditch. Politics is about organization, and it's about organizational leverage. It's about negotiation. And you don't negotiate from a position of weakness. You negotiate from a position of power. And that is what Black America is supposed to have. Instead of us sitting at the table begging for DEI, please bring DEI back, begging for affirmative action, please bring affirmative action back. Oh my God, please, please, please. Oh, shut up. You know how you sound begging for a job? We should be making jobs for ourselves like every other ethnic group does. And we didn't even benefit from DEI. Sitting here crying over DEI. Negroes got mad at Trump when he said black jobs. Y'all remember that? And then black people saying, we ain't got no black job. We ain't got no black job. Then they cut DEI and everybody talking about they losing black jobs. Well, I thought we didn't have black jobs. See, the only way we won't be begging other people for jobs is we have failed in the last 60 years to create institutions for ourselves. When we had them, when we had black hotels, when we had all those businesses, black banks, black clothing stores, we had all those. But we wanted to integrate with white people. We wanted to give them our money instead of circling our money. And then you got these social media fools that say, don't support a black business just because they're a black business. You support black businesses because they're black businesses, black people. And if the business is not good, you talk to the owner out of love. They won't tell the Jews that. They won't tell the Asians that. But we're quick to tell ourselves that we won't just support a business because it's black. Tell the Jews not to do that. Tell the Asians not to do it and see what happens. We really got to get it together, black people. We have to stop begging. Now we're telling a lie that they done took away our right to vote. And black people, what's going to happen? You're going to keep saying that so much. Negroes ain't going to go out to vote. That's what's going to happen. Negroes are not going to go out to vote. Stop saying it. Stop saying that black people are losing their right to vote. You know it's not true. So stop saying it. I'm Damon K. Jones, and if you like this message, please, please, please like and share. Send it to somebody. We're just trying to have conversations. And please go to blackwestchester.com. Black Westchester Magazine. It's the news with the black point of view. And download our new e-paper. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay blacktastic. Peace out.
Black America, political loyalty without results is not power. Sign up and get your free ebook by Damon K. Jones. A seat at the table is not power. Building the table is. This book exposes how political dependence weakened our communities and lays out a blueprint for black economic, political, and institutional sovereignty. If you're ready to move from symbolism to ownership, this is for you. Download it free today. Follow Damon K. Jones on YouTube and stay connected to empowering conversations that challenge the mind, strengthen the spirit, and uplift the community. Subscribe to Black Westchester YouTube and at Damon Jones on YouTube for powerful content on life, culture, community, faith, politics, health, and truth that makes you think for yourself. If you're serious about political clarity and independent thinking, this is for you. The Political Thought Bundle includes 3 full books, all personally singling. Democrats and Republicans, The Ultimate Gangbangers, breaks down how the two-party system operates like a legalized street war for power. Emotional Politics, Logical failure exposes how emotion has replaced strategy in Black political engagement. Tolerance is for Coward lays out a blueprint for extended policing and community-led public safety rooted in outcomes rather than slogans. 3 signed books. One bundle $60. That's a $75 value, and you're getting signed copies included. This isn't left versus right. It's results versus rhetoric. Go to twosteppublishing.com and secure your signed political thought bundle today. It's going to be Blacktastic. For more than a century, Black America built its own economy under segregation, under discrimination, and under conditions most people today cannot imagine. We built businesses, we built banks, we bought land and property. In the Forgotten Blueprint, Damon K. Jones reveals how Black communities created thriving economic systems from 1800 to 1965 and why that blueprint still matters today. This book challenges the idea that our future depends on politics alone and shows how ownership, family, and enterprise once powered Black prosperity. The blueprint is not lost. We just stopped using it. The Forgotten Blueprint, how Black America built its own economy from 1800 to 1965. On sale now at Two-Step Publishing and Amazon. Westchester Magazine has been giving our community a voice, reporting the stories others ignore, holding power accountable, and making sure the truth about our communities is told by us. But independent Black media only survives when the community supports it. If you believe in real journalism, community accountability, and keeping Black voices strong in local news, we need your help. Your donation helps us continue covering the stories that matter: politics, education, justice, and economic empowerment right here in Westchester. Support Black media, support Black truth, support Black Westchester Magazine. Donate today and help keep Black media alive. Because Black-owned independent media is Blacktastic. Black Westchester Magazine presents People Before Politics, the Sunday Rundown, every Sunday at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Join Damon K. Jones, A.J. Woodson, and Larnez Kinsey as they break down the biggest stories in politics, culture, and community from a Black point of view. No spin, no party loyalty, just logic, accountability, and outcomes. If it impacts Black America, we're talking about it. Tap in, subscribe, set your reminder. This Sunday at 6 p.m. is going to be Blacktastic.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.